What's going on, people? This is Shok, and obviously in this video I want to talk about the newly announced Switch Lite that Nintendo has revealed today. Before I get into that though, by the time this video is live, by the time you guys are watching it, I should be live over on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Shokio. I don't think I'm going to be streaming any game in particular. Just kind of doing a discussion live stream, probably like a little mini Q&A. I'll probably open up a Smash lobby for you guys to go at each other, but I'm just going to be talking to you guys, answering questions from the chat and stuff like that. So if you guys would like to come over there, hang out, ask me some questions, I'll be live over at my Twitch, link down below in the description. But let's get to the topic matter at hand. So it turns out the rumors were true, at least halfway true so far. Nintendo has announced a Nintendo Switch Lite, and this is a handheld-only variation of the Switch, which does not have detachable Joy-Cons. The controls are embedded in the system. It's just one slab piece, basically. It's an actual handheld. And the first thing I want to talk about, and this is just real quick, I see some people upset over this thing. And I'm not sure why, and I don't really understand why people do this when it comes to Nintendo. And this reminds me a lot of what happened with the Labo situation, right? Like, it's one thing to just meme and make fun of the whole Labo situation. Like, yeah, they literally sold people cardboard. Don't get me wrong, that's silly as hell. But some people were, like, angry, like livid, like, oh my god, I can't believe Nintendo is doing this. This is what they're doing instead of giving us actual games. This is over. Console gaming is dead. I know that sounds super dramatic, but that's actually the type of stuff people were actually saying when the Labo got announced. And if you guys remember the video I did on the whole Labo situation, I was like, why the hell are grown men complaining when this isn't for us? This is not for us. And this is the exact same way I feel about the Switch Lite. I see a lot of people dissing this thing, saying like, this is dumb, this is stupid. It's going to have, less features than what we already have. It's not going to come with the dock. What the fuck, Nintendo? Guys, use your common sense, use your critical thinking skills, use the brain cells that you have in your brain if you have any left. This is for lower income individuals or for people who want to buy something, cheap and affordable for their kids to play on. This is not for us. Anyone watching this video, I'm assuming, is a more, hardcore gamer, right? You probably already have a Switch, or if you were ever interested in a Switch, you would want to buy the docked version anyways. You wouldn't buy the handheld only version because you would want to be able to play it on your TVs, correct? This isn't for us. This is completely optional. This is for people with lower income, people who may not be able to afford and drop $300 like that plus, or for people who just want to give their kids something so they don't have to hog up the TV. If I was a parent and I didn't buy my kid a Switch already, I would definitely buy them the Lite version just so I could always have the TV available, so I won't have to deal with my child saying like, hey mommy, I want to use the TV, I want to play dock. Like, nah, you're getting the fucking Lite version, right? So you can leave me alone and I can enjoy the TV. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is for, guys. So can we please stop crying, whining, and complaining about things that are not targeted towards us. We are not the demographic here. So chill. But moving on, what are my actual thoughts on the system itself? Do I think this is a good idea? Do I think that this is a win for Nintendo? Yes, absolutely. There is no negative with Nintendo doing this. I don't understand how some people are turning this into a negative. Think about it. This is essentially a way for them to price drop the Switch without actually price dropping the Switch. You see what I mean? Because the standard model is still going to remain at $299, but making a model that's not going to have HDMI out and not going to have the dock, meaning, less materials, less, parts they have to manufacture, package, ship, and sell, right? They're pretty much probably going to be able to make the exact same profit margin on the $199 model that they are on the $299 while massively boosting sales. You see what I mean? So that's pretty fucking smart. Actually, it's pretty genius. We don't lose anything out of this because we already have the Switch model that is for us, which is the original Switch in the first place. Not to mention, if the rumors are true, which they probably are confirmed to be at this point, since the Switch Lite is exactly what these rumors from multiple sources and multiple sites have been saying, we're going to get a Pro later on anyways. There's really no downside to this. The only critique I can make of this thing, and it isn't like oh, Nintendo's like effing up and oh, like this thing is stupid. Like it's just something I read about this is that it's only going to have like 30 minutes of extra battery life on average, which I think is kind of dumb considering this is supposed to be a handheld only version of the Switch, meaning it's not going to be in a dock. So you would think that they would beef up the battery a bit more. That's really the only problem I see with this thing. But that aside, it's still a great business decision. It's very smart for Nintendo. Like I said, it's a way to essentially price drop the Switch without actually price dropping. They're going to be selling a model for $100 less while still probably making the exact same profit margin. Boom. Win-win situation. But with that being said, with the battery, there's maybe a reason why the battery life may be only 30 minutes better. I was here on The Verge. I found this article, and it says Nintendo is updating the original Switch with the new CPU and storage. So this right here is basically a filing that they did where they're pretty much requesting to, essentially, but based off of my understanding, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, but essentially what this filing is so they could sell this new hardware without having to submit it as completely new hardware, basically. So this is for them to not resell, but sell the Switch Mini or the Switch Lite under the same banner of Nintendo Switch. And right here is the actual filing itself. And they have change of SoC, which stands for System on a Chip, and change of NAND memory time. I'm sorry, System on a Chip is, of course, the onboard chip that contains, the CPU, the GPU, basically like the main component of the system. Change of NAND memory type, that's the internal storage. So we could be seeing maybe 64 gigabytes of internal storage for this thing, which would make a lot of sense. It would make sense to put more storage in your system that is meant to be handheld only. And then the CPU board is changed due to the above two components. So, since it is a smaller form factor, of course, they would have to change the board of the system entirely since they're not going to be able to use the same boards from, of course, a larger system to put into a smaller one. That wouldn't make sense. But we do know that, like I said, the main processor on the board, on the system, is going to be getting changed, and the internal memory as well. Now, like I said, that doesn't automatically mean or guarantee that it could be slightly more powerful, but it could. It could maybe be kind of like a 3DS, 3DS Pro, not 3DS Pro, new Nintendo 3DS type deal where it's like, it's stronger, but it's not like, this huge leap, this next generation of hardware. It's not going to be a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X type leap or whatever, but it could be, and maybe if that is the case, that's why it's only a 30-minute improvement over the previous battery life. But it could also just be because they have to change the motherboard that they're using within the system entirely, which is honestly the more likely, explanation and option. So I want to get too excited for that, but this particular iteration of hardware doesn't really need stronger hardware, honestly. What we need stronger hardware is any other further iteration of the Switch. If they plan on making a Switch Pro like the rumors are suggesting, and the rumors are seeming more valid since we finally got the Switch Lite announced today, and basically everything about it has been fairly accurate so far from most of the reports. That's what we'll need. We'll need stronger hardware from a Switch Pro that's meant to be docked. Maybe they'll have the dock that adds a fan in it or something, or adds a bit of processing power to the Switch, or maybe the Switch itself would just have better processing power. Hopefully we can see a Tegra X2 in there, which is really what Nintendo could have launched with the Switch to begin with if they just had waited like 6 months to a year. But we got what we got. That's a different subject. That's a different video. But yeah, I have no problems with the Switch Lite outside of the battery life just being a little Am I gonna buy it? No, because I'm not the target demographic. It's not targeted towards me. It's not targeted towards you. So chill. Chill out. I don't know why people are up in arms and complaining when this is not for us. We already have what we have, and we're most likely going to be getting something that's even better than what we have for us later down the line. We'll see. The rumors originally said it was probably going to drop this year, but then rumors came out saying that it was going to be delayed and probably drop in next year. But I can definitely see maybe a fall reveal for some type of Switch Pro or something like that. Maybe even early next year during the spring or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I have no qualms with this. I think it's a smart business decision. It's going to bring in Nintendo a lot of freaking money, and more people are going to be able to enjoy Switch games. So that's for this video, y'all. Don't forget, I'll be live over at twitch.tv/Shokio. I'll see you later. Peace.